Hi everyone, this is Lance Mohr, your Tampa Bay Realtor, and in this video I want to talk about CDD fees. What are CDD fees? What do you need to know about them? What don't you need to know about them? CDD fees are probably the most misunderstood and probably complicated type of fees in real estate. They're very confusing for a lot of people, not just home buyers, but realtors as well. So if you're looking at buying a home and it's within 30 years of age, so if it's a newer home, you really need to watch this video and know what CDD fees are, know how they work, and understand the whole process of them. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Alright, so I've been meaning to do this video for quite a while now. CDD fee is simply an acronym for Community Development District. And they get a really bad rap. A lot of people don't understand them, and I get a lot of calls from buyers and they'll say, I don't want to be in an area where there's CDD fees. I don't want that. So what I want to do is I want to explain how they work and what they're for. So let's start off and go over building a home. When a developer goes out there and they develop the land, they're going to have to put in the streets, the sidewalks, the curbs, the gutters. They're going to have to move water around and put in retention ponds and actually put in drainage systems so they drain between retention ponds so there's no flooding in the different retention ponds. They're going to have to do a whole bunch of stuff. You'll put in the utilities, just a whole bunch of stuff out there. Now, they could go get a loan and do that, or they could get a bond. So what a bond is, it'll just pay for everything. So what happens if they get a loan? They're gonna pass everything on to the builders, and of course it's going to be a higher amount of money for the land. Then the builders are going to simply pass that cost on to the buyer. But if they get a bond, what they're doing is they're taking out a bond, and usually the bond is for 30 years. And they're passing that on to the builders. Now, the builders will pass the bond on to the buyers. So generally, the bigger homes in the larger lots will be a little higher in CDD fees than the smaller lots. So let's say you go out to develop and there's 50-foot lots and 60-foot lots that the builder's selling. Well, the bond's going to be higher on the 50-foot or the 60-foot lot than it will be in the 50-foot. So you need to understand that. Now, in the CDD fee, you have the bond. That's one portion of the CDD fee. The other portion is the maintenance, because these grounds have to be maintained. Remember years ago, you probably never heard of a CDD fee. And anytime you went into a subdivision that was a golf course subdivision, the HOAs, they were always a lot higher. And the reason is because the maintenance, if you're in a community that has a lot of amenities, that has a lot of, and not just amenities, but let's say it has a lot of walkways, maybe boardwalks. It might have a lot of trees, a lot of retention ponds, a lot of open land. That's going to be a lot more expensive, and it's going to have to be maintained. So let's say, for an example, you have a CDD fee and it's $1,600 a year. Now, first off, the CDD fee is in the property tax bill. Please remember this. This is very, very confusing for a lot of people because they think it's outside. No, it's in your property tax bill. If you go onto the website of the appraiser, of the county tax collector, you're going to see it's going to be in there and it's going to say something like comp dep. So just know and understand that. The other thing I want to tell you is CDDs are collected in October up front. So if you close a home, say we're in May right now, the builder's going to have to prorate until the day of closing because it's paid up front, unlike the rest of the taxes are all paid in the rear. So just understand that. But let's say your CDD fee is $1,600 a year, and you have a CDD fee of $1,600. So let's say $800 of it would be the bond. and that's for 30 years. It's the bond that's for 30 years, not necessarily the CDD fee. So your bond is for 30 years, and it's $800, and then you have your maintenance, and the maintenance is $800 a year. So that's $1,600. Then over here you have your homeowners association, and let's say your homeowners association is $700, and it's a really big community and there's a lot of amenities in the community. All right, that's sort of normal. But let's say you go out, you're talking to a builder, you're talking to your realtor, you're looking at buying, whether it's a pre-owned home or a new home, and let's say the CDD fee is $1,600 and the HOA fee is $80 a year. And there's a lot of amenities in there. So there's the pool, the tennis courts, playgrounds, etc. Well, you can't sustain that at $80 a year for all the homeowners. So what a lot of the developers did is they took the part of the HOA and they put it in the CDD fee. So now you're going to have the bond, the maintenance, in part of the homeowners association. I don't know why they do that, and they do it on some but not other ones. So it's important when you're looking at the CDD fee to always ask and get some information on the HOA. See what the HOA is. So example, there's subdivisions out there where the CDD is $2,100 a year in a golf course community with the golf course, the country club, the lazy river pool, 6-lane Olympic pool, tennis courts, playgrounds, basketball courts, volleyball courts, etc. And the homeowners association is $80 a year. Well, that's not the case. It's in the CDD fees. So if you're looking at buying a brand new home, try to get this information from the builder rep. If you're buying a pre-owned home, you could go in, and I'm just going to give you an example in Hillsborough County. You go to hillstax.org, you look up the property, you click on the bill. So you pick whatever bill you want. We're in 2018, so let's say you look at the 2017 bill, and you see on there, you pull it up, it comes up in a PDF. Just go down to where it says ComDev, and it will have the phone number and what the tax is. You could call that phone number and get more information on the CDD fee, so you know what's in there, how it works, when the bond expires. If you're building a new home, you're going to need to ask the sales rep. Now, a lot of sales reps may not know this, so you might want to give them a couple days, give them time to find out, because most people don't ask them these questions. But it's really good to know how CDD fees work and what you're into, how long's the bond. Now, I say this because when you go to smaller communities, example, a builder is building homes and there's maybe 70 homes, or maybe there's 180 homes. The developer probably didn't take out a bond, and they're probably not going to have the CDD fee. So you're going to have in the homeowners association, if I'm assuming it's going to be in a homeowners association, you're going to have the maintenance of the grounds in that homeowners association. So you just need to ask the questions generally. Almost specifically out here in the Tampa Bay area, when it's a big development, several hundred homes or certainly 1,000 homes, there's pretty much always going to be a CDD fee. So at the end of the day, whether you have a CDD fee or whether you don't have a CDD fee, you're paying one way or another. Example, my CDD fee in the home I live in, and I'll give you an example. The home was built in 2004. The developer took out the CDD in 1998. It was a 20-year bond back then. Now a lot of them are 30-year bonds. So mine expires in 2018, and it's a 20-year bond, and my CDD fees, or my bond is, I called them up, is about $600 a year. My CDD fee is $1,100 a year, but the bond's about $600 a year. So if they didn't have a CDD fee, then the $12,000 difference, 600 times 20 years, would be just added into the price. So you're going to pay coming or going So don't let the CDD fees confuse you. If you have any questions, ask the builder rep. Go on to wherever you're at, whether you're in Pinellas, Pasco, Hillsborough, wherever you're at, and pull up the tax record. Look on the tax bill. I should say the tax bill. Look on there and call the phone number. That's it. If you have any questions about buying a home in the Tampa Bay area, don't hesitate to give me a call. I would love to talk to you. I would love to help you. I hope these videos are helpful, and I wish you the best of luck, whether you're buying a home or whether you're selling a home. Have a great day.